The first three Taylor polynomials for f of x is equal to the square root of 1 plus x, centered at 0, are p sub 0 of x equals 1, p sub 1 of x equals 1 plus x divided by 2, and p sub 2 of x is equal to 1 plus x divided by 2 minus x squared divided by 8. Find three approximations to 1.1. Okay, so what we're doing is approximating the actual answer to the square root of 1.1. Okay, you can go to a calculator and find the exact answer, the square root of 1.1, 1.0488. Okay, so we know the exact answer. Well, that's not exact either, actually, because this is a irrational number. So the decimals would keep going, but this is a close enough approximation for us. Okay, so what we're doing with these Taylor polynomials is that this, when we use these, they're going to give us estimates to the square root of 1.1. Okay, so we need to look at our function f of x. Let me write that down again. F of x is equal to the square root of 1 plus x. Okay, we're approximating the square root of 1.1. Okay, so if the inside of this square root is 1 plus x and the inside of this square root is 1 plus 1, then what is x? Well, we can just set the inside of the square roots equal to each other and solve. So that will give us negative x is equal to, we subtract that over, and we get, oops, that's positive, sorry. Positive x is equal to, subtract that over, you get 0.1. Okay, so don't need to write that. So x is equal to 0.1. So we're going to use these three approximations, and supposedly they're going to get better and better. We'll see if that happens, get closer and closer to the true answer. So let's start with our first approximation. P sub 0 of x is equal to 1. We now know that our x is equal to 0.1. So we plug that in. P sub 0 of 0.1 is equal to 1. Okay, so the reason it's equal to 1, it's always going to be equal to 1 on a Taylor polynomial because there's no variable in the first approximation. So you're starting with 1. Okay, now P sub 1 of 0.1 is equal to 1 plus x over 2. Our x is 0.1, so 0.1 over 2. Okay, and that's going to be equal to 1.05. Okay, and now let's do the third one. P sub 2 of 0.1 is equal to 1 plus 0.1 over 2. And then our last one is minus x squared over 8. So minus 0.1 squared over 8. And you can type that into your calculator. And if you do, you will get 1.04875. Okay, and as you keep doing these Taylor polynomials, you'll keep adding and subtracting terms and getting closer and closer to the answer. But as you can see, this is already pretty close to the answer. The first three decimal places up to here are accurate. Okay, then it starts, but if we did more and more Taylor polynomials, more and more of these decimals would be accurate.